All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and do Unit 7. All right, so please pause the video and copy this down. This says Unit 7, Coordinate Geometry, Pythagorean Theorem versus Distance Formula, Simplifying Radicals Review, Perimeter, Add/Subtract Radicals Review, Area, Multiply Radicals Review, Area and Perimeter, Parallel versus Perpendicular Lines, Coordinate Proofs, and a Summary. All right, then we're going to go to our next double open page. And on this page, you're going to write Unit 7, Geometry Connections. All right, as always, we are going to glue in our sheets of paper first. Please make sure that you've put them in page numbers in order. So make sure that they're going in order all the way through. Take your ruler, put it down the middle, or put it past the first page number. And then you are going to take about half of it. That should be good. You're going to put pressure on your left hand. With your right hand, you need to pull it to your left hand and pull down. Okay. And keep those papers together. And again, repeat for the next half. All right, once again, biggest thing is to make sure you arrange the page numbers in order. So please look at the pages as you're arranging them. All right, once you have the pages in order, we're going to come into our book. All right, we're going to copy down, actually we're going to create our tabs, but we're not going to cut. Okay, so we're going to make our tabs. What you're going to do is take a pencil, margin one line, mark it, then count every 4 lines. So margin, 1 line, mark it, then 1, 2, 3, 4, mark. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, mark, and then whatever is left. All right, so before you move on from this, just count it and double check and make sure that you have 7 tabs in total. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you have 7 tabs, we can go ahead and move on. All right, what you're going to do first is take the first page, slightly fold it a little bit, and you're going to line up your mark with your first tab. So again, put a mark right here. All right, then you're going to take that page. So actually, we're going to number this so that we're on the same page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so tab 1, mark it. Pick up that page. So now you have 2 papers, and we're on tab 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark the top of tab 2 and the bottom of tab 2. All right, pick up that page. So now we're on the third one. So again, bend it over just a little bit. Mark the top of tab 3 and the bottom of tab 3. Pick up that page. Bend it over a little bit. We're on tab 4. Mark the top of tab 4, the bottom of tab 4. All right, pick up that page. Bend it over a little bit. We're on tab 5. Do the top of tab 5, the bottom of tab 5. All right, bend it over a little bit again. We are now on tab 6. So on tab 6, top of tab 6, bottom of tab 6. And then lastly, we're on tab 7. Pick up that paper, fold it over a little bit, just mark the top of tab 7. All right, now that you have your markings, we can go ahead and create our tabs. So our first tab is going to be called, and I'm just going to fold it over, Pythagorean versus distance. And this is going to go hand in hand with the table of contents. All right, so pause the video as you need. Next one is going to be called perimeter. This is tab 2. Next one is going to be called area. This is tab 3. Next one is going to be called perimeter and area. This is tab 4. Next one's going to be called parallel versus perpendicular. This is tab 5. Next one's going to be called coordinate proofs. This is tab 6. And the last one is going to be called summary. This is tab 7. All right, once you've made your tabs and titled them, we're going to stick in the papers, and we're going to make sure that the papers match. Make sure the papers are in order before you begin to stick them in. All right, so I should see Pythagorean theorem and distance. Remember, we're doing left and right, and you're going to glue them as close as to the middle as you can, staying away from the left margin, staying away from the right margin, because those are going to get cut. All right, so you take your first 2 pages. Make sure they're sequential. Okay, if you're using my glue, remember you're going to put 4 dots within the middle, like this. So away from this margin, okay, as close as this side as you can. 4 smalls on this side as well. Okay, keep in mind, I'm very inside, and I'm also shrunk it this way. That's all you need if you're using my glue. Make sure that your titles match. So Pythagorean theorem versus distance is my tab. All right, stick it as close as to the middle as you can, making sure you don't cross that margin right there. And this margin right here. So stick it as close to the middle as you can. Then it's not quite stuck, so just hold it for a second. Fold your paper over, making sure it doesn't move on this side. All right, then apply pressure. And you're going to repeat the process 6 times. So again, 4 small dots towards the middle, like you can see 4 lines down, 4 lines down from the top and towards the middle. Again, 4 small dots. That's all you need with this glue. Make sure the paper matches. So my next tab is called perimeter. Make sure you got perimeter. Stick it towards the middle. So stick it as close to the middle as you can. Okay, as close to the middle as you can. You can apply pressure here, but I like to flip the page over, just making sure it doesn't move. So I support that top page and I look at this bottom page. Okay, so then I apply pressure now. I want to repeat it again. So again, 4 small dots towards the middle, 4 lines down within the 2 margins, 4 lines up, 4 lines down, 4 lines up. Okay, again, make sure your tab matches your title. So this says area and this one says area as well. All right, towards the middle, as close to the middle as you can get it. Okay, you can apply pressure here, and then you can turn the page over real quick. Make sure it doesn't move. So if it moves, just go ahead and move it and apply some pressure. Now we're just going to repeat that process again. 4 tabs in. All right, 4 small dots. Again, 4 lines in towards the center of the page. Make sure it lines up. So I've got area and perimeter tab and area and perimeter sheet. Glue it towards the middle. Apply pressure here if you want to. If the pages keep moving, just apply pressure, but I just like to hold it, gently flip it over. This one moved a little bit, so I just squeeze it back in and then apply pressure. Again, repeat, rinse and repeat. 4 small dots, 4 in, and now I'm just gonna go a little bit faster, 4 small dots. Make sure it says parallel and perpendicular. So we're gonna look right here. It does say parallel and perpendicular, so go ahead and glue that in towards the middle. All right, hold it down. Flip the page over. Just be mindful that this page doesn't move. So I'm looking at it as I flip it over. This one did move, so I'm going to come back and move it over because the glue has not glued in yet. Flip it over gently and press down. All right, 2 more tabs. 4 small dots towards the middle. Glue your paper with as close to the middle as you can. Hold it down. Flip the page gently, making sure that your pages don't move, and then press it. Last page, 4 small dots towards the middle. All right, as close to the center as you can, staying away from that margin and staying away from this margin. Oops. All right, if you do get some glue on the side, make sure you wipe it off, because if you don't, your pages will stick together. All right, then flip it over gently. And that's it. So now we've glued all our papers in. We're going to double check it before we cut. All right, so make sure that it lines up Pythagorean theorem all the way. Once you do that, you're ready to cut. All right, so to cut, you're gonna take your ruler, put it on the margin of the cover page. You're gonna cut all the way down. So apply pressure on your left hand with your right hand, pull towards the ruler and down. And as soon as you do that, each tab is going to appear. All right, so I'm gonna flip over, cut it to the margin, and cut it all the way down. Notice I'm only cutting the bottom of the tabs, okay? So flip it over, only the bottom of the tab. Cut it to the margin and all the way down. Then you're gonna keep repeating that. So again, the bottom of the area, cut it down and cut it all the way down. Just the bottom of the tab, don't cut the top. All right, so flipping over, bottom of the tab, all the way down. Again, flip the page, bottom of the tab to the margin, all the way down. All right, one more. Cut it all the way to the margin, and then all the way down. All right, once you've done that, you can see that all of it appears, and we are now ready to start. Let's practice.